So here we are, literally days away, or maybe hours away, depending on when you're seeing this video, until 2020. Beginning of a new year, beginning of a new decade. Do you want to make it your best year ever? Then the question you gotta ask yourself is, what must you do differently? How can you let go of what's really weighing you down right now? And if you truly wanna make it legendary, world class, in terms of this new decade, this new year, there are 3 things you must do right now, today, to set yourself up for success. So be sure to pay close attention to every single one of these steps. I've also got a really cool gift for you as well to help you to win even more in 2020. So be sure to pay close attention. The first step that you must do today, the first thing is to essentially identify your hidden patterns of behavior, and you have to break it right now. Because studies have shown left, right, and center, up to 50% of what you do every single day in terms of your daily activities are habituated. Think about this. When you're brushing your teeth, you're not even thinking about it, right? But what the creepy thing is, there are a lot of things that you have automated in your life that you essentially aren't even aware of. Maybe how you're currently working, how you currently approach different areas of your life, such as confronting your fears, taking massive action, and so forth. And if you aren't careful, you're gonna get to the end of your life not remembering anything significant, not having achieved anything because you spent so much of your life living on autopilot. And that's why I want to ask yourself these 3 questions. That way you can really wake yourself up. Benjamin Franklin famously once said, most people die at the age of 25, but they're not buried until 75. Don't let this be you. Wake up right now. Comment that in the chat box below. Wake up. The first question you got to ask yourself is, what goals, what plans, what dreams did you set yourself for 2019? Why is it important to think about this right now? It's because you told yourself that 2019 was going to be the year that you actually achieve these big goals. At the same time, for those of you who are thinking, but Tim, I didn't set any goals. Well, that shows that you're scared of failing. So maybe that is also a great thing to write down right now, that you didn't even dare to achieve anything in the first place. Now, for those of you who did write something down in terms of you told yourself, maybe I'm going to quit my job, or I'm going to grow my business, or I'm going to become more healthier, whatever it may be, ask yourself, if you didn't achieve it, why not? Why not? Let me know in the chat box below. Acknowledge it, because by bringing it to conscious awareness, you're bringing out the subconscious into the conscious. And Carl Jung famously once said, until you make your subconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So you got to wake yourself up by bringing it to self-awareness right now. Is that making sense? The second question you need to ask yourself is, what disappointments or regrets did you experience in 2019? Pause this video if need be, and just really think deeply in regards to this. What failures did you experience? What do you regret? What do you wish you had done differently? Post your response in the chat box below. And the third question to ask yourself, which is a very important question, is, what are the 2 or 3 specific themes, habits that kept on recurring? I want you to think about both the positive and the negative. So for example, the negative theme or habit that was recurring could have been, Tim, I found myself constantly feeling anxious every time I was outside my comfort zone. Tim, I kept on procrastinating. Tim, every time I wanted to do this thing, I didn't take massive action. I kept on hesitating. So that's a habit, that's a theme. Okay, so write down what were the 2 to 3 habits, the themes that you're experiencing in 2019. And the positive can be, for example, I was able to upkeep my health routine because I set myself up to win. Night before, I meal prepped the entire day. That way, all the food, healthy food, was ready for me in the fridge, right? So that's the theme that kept on recurring throughout this year in terms of your health. It kept on improving because you kept on improving your habits that you was essentially following through on every evening. So I want you to pause the video and really think deep about this, because your future self will truly thank you for this one. Is that making sense? So that's the first thing you got to do. Identify your hidden patterns of behavior, bring it to conscious awareness, make a decision to let them go right now. Remember this, it's either one day or day one. It's either one day or day one. let this be day one. Are you ready, by the way? Yes? Okay. The second thing for you to do before 2020 is to stop being yourself. Stop being yourself. Yes, I did just say that. Now, what do I really mean by this? Well, realize this, that who you are right now has attracted the results that you currently have. And who you will be is a totally different character when you achieve your dreams and goals. Think about that. When you was a teenager, you had a different set of beliefs to how you are right now. Isn't that true? And most people, because they're so busy of trying to be themselves, they never really advance in their life. What you got to do is you got to let go of the character that you was essentially acting out in 2019. Because if you truly stop and think about this, you'll notice that who you believe you are right now is not even you to begin with. Because your parents have given you a set of beliefs when you were born. Then your friends gave you a set of beliefs. Society gave you a set of beliefs. We all live in a different culture. Note the word culture, right? So who you believe you are right now is just a conditioned set of beliefs, meaning you can act totally different, and that's a choice. That's why one of the things I did that totally changed my life 12 years ago is to reinvent myself. And every single year, I let go of my old character. Because what's got you to here is not going to get you to there. Who you are right now has attracted all these results in your life. And if you aren't happy with what you have in your life, you got to let go of the character that you was acting out in 2019. Ask yourself this: who must I become in order for me to achieve my biggest goals and aspirations and dreams in 2020? Really stop and think about this. Who must I become? What would your identity be? When you say the word I am, what would you insert in terms of filling in the blank? Think deep. Because when you do, this is essentially what will create massive behavior changes in your life. One of the strongest forces in human psychology is the need to remain congruent with how you identify yourself. If you're currently saying to yourself, I'm a procrastinator, you're going to procrastinate for the rest of 2020. This is why you got to change your identity. You got to let go of your past self, and you got to start operating from your future self. Is that making sense, by the way? Okay, so that's the second step. The final step, the third step, is to essentially strategically plan advance for 2020. What does that really mean? You want to sit down today. You want to sit down as soon as possible, and you want to essentially map out the specific goals. And the way I tend to do this, and this is actually to do with a free gift that I've got for you in a moment. So you can actually do this by yourself, or I've got actually the cheat sheet that I've created. But the way I do this essentially is there are three major pillars of your life that we all have, right? Which is health, relationship, love, and wealth, right? So three major pillars. So you want to come up with 3 goals for those 3 major pillars. Then you want to think about what are the 3 micro steps that you got to take in order for you to start getting a step closer to achieving these goals. Is that making sense? Then you want to think about your internal reasons, your why. Why do you want to achieve these goals? Why do you want to make it a reality? Because that is what's going to drive you to keep doing whatever it takes to meet and achieve these goals. If you'd like to actually download the cheat sheet that I've created for you, it's going to be a free gift, new gift from me, and I've created it. And I don't want to thank me, my team's created this for you as well. Like, they made it look all fancy as well. All you have to do is click the card, it will show up either side of me. If you're checking this video out on YouTube, simply click on that card. And once you land on the page, just put your name and email, and I'll send you a private copy to your email address. Or if you're checking this video out elsewhere, all you have to do is go to this URL, just type into your browser, which is www.successinsider.tv/2020. That's www.successinsider.tv/2020. And if you type that into your browser, you'll be able to also get instant access to the 2020 goal mapping cheat sheet, and you're going to really enjoy it. But either way, spend time with mapping out 2020. Set yourself up to win in advance right now. Don't tell yourself one day. Make this day one. And of course, this is a journey that we're all in together. And I really can't wait to just see the person you become as a result of you taking massive action in 2020. So let's make it happen. We're all in this together after all. So keep us updated as well either way. And let me know in the comments box below, what's the one thing you're gonna do differently as a result of you watching this video today? Make that micro commitment, and as always, follow your heart and take action and go live the life you truly want to live. Here is to the brand new year and brand new decade. Let's do whatever it takes.